What
are you saying? Are you drunk?
Hi everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Krug.
And today we're talking about The Cleric for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Court of Corvids is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play live stream that we're going to be doing starting August 28th. I am GMing it. I promise you I'm a good DM. Krug
Is monking it.
William and Jonas are going to be joining us as well as cast members. And lastly, Molly, if you go back a little bit for last year, I believe it was, you can see Nuclear Winter, which was our Outbreak series.
It was good.
Yeah, I promise you nothing because I have prepped a lot of stuff. I know my players and they'll take me far, far away from it.
Yes, we will.
So please come join us. The VODs will be here on YouTube, so feel free to watch it there or watch it live.
Okay, now we can talk about Cleric, right?
Yes.
Cleric's cool, Cleric's holy. Cleric gets all these proficiencies that are on the screen. You'll notice, similar to the Paladin, which was the last video we released, if I'm not... Nope, Champion. God... Similar to the Champion, you're trained in one skill based off of your deity. Again, the deity list is long. That's where you're going to find the weapon that you're trained in. Go look at it in the book. I should put a page number. Also note that if your deity's weapon is uncommon, you're going to gain access to that weapon. You normally wouldn't have that at level 1, but there you go. Also notice, you're not trained in armor. Mm-hmm. This isn't like the kind of cleric that is from like 5th edition or 3.5, where you are on the front lines, like healing people while protecting them from damage. You're in the back healing people and protecting people from damage. You're just in a different place.
You're definitely the clothwear. You're
Yes.
I am focusing on healing or I'm focusing on spell casting. You are a cleric.
Having another backline character is cool because I think having backline characters adds more fun for the frontline characters. When I am one of only 2 out of 5 frontline characters and there are 3 squishies I have to protect and there's 7 enemies, that is enjoyable for a tank. I like how everything I just said was not about the cleric and instead about what I enjoy about the cleric.
Is the fact that I'm not it.
It's the fact that I'm not one and I get to protect them from stuff.
The core of your character is your deity. When you choose the deity, your personal alignment has to be within the follower's range of that deity. If your deity is lawful good, you can't be a chaotic evil character because they're polar opposites.
You can.
Yes.
Not a good choice.
Yes.
Unless you are being actively protected by another deity, the deity notices.
Yeah. There's additional things that's going to be happening with your choice of the deity, though.
Like we said at the beginning, this is a caster, so it's going to have like an actual spell list of divine spells as opposed to just being able to cast focus spells like the Paladin.
As you can see from this chart...
Oh, okay, sure. I agree to put a chart there. The Cleric's a prepared caster. That means each morning you're going to choose what spells you are going to prepare in each spell slot for the day. You, by default, know every spell. You won't be able to fit them all in because you have a limited number of spell slots. If you didn't choose something during your preparation, unless you have some feature that says otherwise, you can't cast other spells.
Mm-hmm. You also have the ability to heighten your spells. So while a spell may be a first level spell by default, you can actually prepare it at a higher level as long as you have a spell slot of that higher level available.
Exactly.
And the other thing about spell casting, you have a thing called cantrip. Spells that don't require a spell slot, you can cast an unlimited number of times.
As long as you meet the requirements.
Exactly. Lastly, with spell casting, you actually can use your divine focus, so a holy symbol of some sort, instead of having to have a material component. So you're not having to get bat guano for fireball.
Level 1, you're also going to get divine font. This is going to give you access to a heal or a harm spell that you can prepare in addition to your other spells at the beginning of every prep.
All other casters are stuck with Comic Sans.
You. And the editor. Stop making everything Comic Sans. You're going to gain 1 plus your charisma modifier spell slots at your highest level of cleric spell, in which you can only prepare heal or harm, again, depending on your deity.
Yeah, there are some that actually will have either or. Once you make that decision, you're stuck with that decision forever.
Next, you're going to be picking your Doctrine. There are 2 Doctrine options. There's Cloistered Cleric and War Priest. And each of these are going to give you various benefits at various levels.
It does not matter what deity you choose, because this is basically a belief within a belief. How you decide to go about your actions of your deity.
Yeah, we're going to go over Cloistered Cleric first, At first level, you're going to get the Domain Initiate Cleric feat, which is on the screen.
Your second doctrine is going to come in on your third level, which is going to increase your fortitude save training, or your proficiency, I should say, up to expert.
At 7th level, you get your third doctrine, which increases your proficiency for spell attack rolls and spell DCs to expert.
Your fourth doctrine is going to be coming in at 11th level. You gain expert proficiency in your deity's weapon, and when you critically succeed with that weapon, you actually get to use the critical specialization ability of that weapon. Yeah. Use your divine spell DC if necessary.
Your 5th doctrine at level 15 is going to increase your proficiency for divine spell attacks and DCs to master. And then at 19th level, your final doctrine is going to increase those same things to legendary.
Very much focusing at spell casting and
yep.
going that route. I wonder what the War Priest is like.
I bet you it's not going to get legendary spell casting ever. You're trained in light and medium armor, and you have expert proficiency in fortitude saves. You gain the shield block general feat, a reaction to reduce damage with the shield. If your deity's weapon is simple, you gain the deadly simplicity cleric feat. At 13th level, if you have the Divine Defense class feature, you also gain expert proficiency in light and medium armor.
So you're basically a paladin.
Oh, you want to be a martial cleric? Here you go.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to be frontline for this aspect.
Yeah. Definitely don't think you are the frontline choice.
No.
I think this is just a very specific choice where you can be on the front line, but you're not fighting on the front line. You just have the ability to go there to do a job, and then you're probably gonna do something else.
saying medium armor with a shield and your holy symbol, you're probably not like hitting people over the head, but you're probably just like, cool, heal! Heal! Don't get out of here. Your second doctrine comes in at 3rd level, which you're going to get training in martial weapons.
Nice. Your 3rd doctrine at level 7 is going to give you expert proficiency with your deity's favored weapon, and if you critically succeed in an attack with that weapon, you're going to be able to use that weapon's critical specialization effect. Again, you can also use your divine spell DC
if necessary.
If you need to. Your 5th doctrine at level 15 is going to increase your fortitude saving throw to master, and it's going to allow you to gain a critical success on a fortitude save when you roll a success.
Your final doctrine is at level 19, where your spell attack and your spell DC's proficiency rank go up to master.
So that's very clearly like the martial and the caster version of this class.
It's not like, cool, you're a paladin, you're going to be using heavy.
Yep.
You know, this is like, okay, cool. Do you want to be a little bit more, sturdy? Do you want to be a little bit, able to take a couple hits?
Or do you want to get expert casting sooner? Do you want to get master casting sooner? Do you want access to legendary casting?
I think we still have one of those fly strips in the drawer. Between this one and the next one, I'm going to put one up. Now, that was everything that you get at 1st level, and, well, a little bit there some because of the decisions you make. But at 2nd level, you're going to get the Cleric feat, and you're going to get one every 2 levels thereafter.
Yep. Now, we're going to skip some stuff like your ability boost and all the skill feats and stuff that you get because it's
the same no matter what you choose.
Yeah. At 5th level, you get alertness. This is going to increase your perception proficiency to expert.
At 9th level, you're going to get resolve, which is going to increase your proficiency with will saves to expert. And when you make a success, it's counted as a critical success.
Nice. At 11th level, you get lightning reflexes. This is going to increase your proficiency with reflex saving throws to expert. Level 13, you get weapon specialization. You deal flat damage when you hit, and that flat damage scales based off of the proficiency that you have. There's a paragraph on the screen. We're tired of giving this list.
At level 13, you're also going to be getting Divine Defense, which your unarmored defense is going to go up to Expert. This is important because it affects both the War Priest and the Cloister, even though one is probably going to be using it more than the other.
Right. At 19th level, you're going to get Miraculous Spell. This is going to give you a 10th level spell slot. It's going to give you a single 10th level spell slot. Since you're a prepared caster, it's not going to give you any 10th level spells known because you already know all the spells.
Exactly.
So you can prepare any 10th level spell that you have access to into that 10th level spell slot. Revival's a 10th level spell. It's 2 actions, somatic and verbal, has a range of 30 feet, and it targets dead creatures and living creatures of your choice within range. And the duration is sustained up to 1 minute. A burst of healing energy soothes living creatures and temporarily rouses those recently slain. All living targets regain 10d8 plus 40 hit points. In addition, you return any number of dead targets to life temporarily, with the same effects and limitations as Raise Dead. The raised creatures have a number of temporary hit points equal to the hit points you gave living creatures, but no normal hit points. The raised creatures can't regain hit points or temporary hit points in any other ways, and once Revival's duration ends, they lose all temporary hit points and die. Revival can't resurrect creatures killed by Disintegrate or a death effect. It has no effect on undead. You know what I think when I read that? What? You remember in World of Warcraft's like Battle for Azeroth cinematic? Bing, and then all his dead soldiers get back up, only to probably die again.
The reason I really like it is because I was like, I haven't done a necromancer yet.
Oh no.
While I haven't found the perfect class, this is definitely the perfect spell.
Yeah, this is a great spell.
You just wait until all your allies die.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh hey, welcome back for a bit. Get them. I really like the Marshal versus Caster choice. That's super nifty.
It's not dedicated to, oh, your main thing is your spells. Like, yes, spells are very important for caster. I just feel that this has more flavor than like the Bard. And I know that there's going to be a bunch of people going, oh, but the Bard can do all these really cool things with its but I don't care. I really like the basis behind it is not stuck behind feats, is not stuck behind the spells that they chose.
Yeah.
They are a part of the core class. I like the versatility. I like the options. Yay.
You can literally be the kind of thing that you want to be, regardless of anything else. You want to do a ton of damage? Pick a cleric. You want to do a ton of damage with weapons? Pick a cleric. Damage with spells? Pick a cleric. You want to heal people? Pick a cleric. You want some utility things to buff your allies and pick a cleric. You can just pick a cleric. If you are confused about what to play, pick a cleric, build the thing that you want out of a cleric, and then take a step back and think about, does another class do this slightly better? And then pick that class if you want to.
I look forward to seeing some builds that you all are creating. Why don't you go down in the comments section?
We're also gonna...
of course.
We're not just saying like you have to make cleric. We're not gonna make any cleric builds. You have to do it.
Yeah, just you. I want to see what your cleric builds are. Head down in the comments. Let us know what they are, what you're thinking about theme-wise. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't hit the bell icon, and then go over to Twitter and talk to us there. You can talk to me there at IndigoQT.
And you can reach me at QueueTimes on Twitter, or you can talk to both of us at all these social media things down here. One of them is a Patreon thing if you want to give us money, and you have money to give us. Don't give us money if you don't have money. That's not how money works. I mean, kind of it is, but it sucks. Don't do it. We've been GameGorgon. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.